In today's gospel reading, we see an amazing miracle that Jesus performed in the town of Bethsaida. It's a story about healing and hope. We hear a blind man was brought to Jesus. He spit on his eyes and laid his hands on him. The man first saw people like trees walking. Then Jesus touched him again, and his sight was completely restored. Let's take a closer look at this passage. The blind man in our passage is not named in the Gospels, but he is called Bartimaeus in the book of Acts. This tells us that Jesus healed more than just his physical blindness, because in the book of Acts, he is described as being a tax collector. So by healing him, Jesus also restored his sight spiritually, so that he could see and follow God. He became a disciple of Jesus. Let us take a closer look at what happened in Mark 8:22. A blind man was brought to Jesus. This tells us that it wasn't just Jesus who had the faith to believe in his healing. Also, those who brought him to Jesus believed that Jesus could heal him. Sometimes in our faith, we need to have faith in those who lead us, just like the disciples who were with Jesus. When they doubted their ability to do something, Jesus would say, "Because you have little faith. For truly I say to you, if you have faith as a mustard seed, you can say to this mountain, 'Move from here,' and it will move. Nothing will be impossible for you." So when someone is gifted of faith or has more faith than we do, we should put our faith in them and believe in the God who works through them. It's like the people who brought the blind man to Jesus. Then it says that Jesus spit on his eyes. This may seem strange to us, but in the Bible, saliva is often used as a symbol of healing. In Isaiah 53:6, we read, "All we like sheep have gone astray. We have turned every one to his own way, and the Lord has laid on him the iniquity of us all." In this passage, prophet Isaiah talks about how we all have sinned and are separated from God, but then he says that God poured out his fury on his Son, who took our place and suffered for us. So spitting on the man's eyes may have been a way for Jesus to symbolize taking away his blindness, both physical and spiritual, with his own blood. Then it says that Jesus laid his hands on him. This is very important because the Bible teaches us that through Jesus' wounds, we are healed. In 1 Peter 2:24, we read, "Who himself bore our sins in his body on the cross, that we, having died to sin, might live to righteousness, by whose stripes you were healed." So when we put our faith in Jesus, we receive the healing that he purchased for us on the cross. And the blind man received his healing in stages. First, he saw people like trees walking. This could mean that he was only able to see shadows or outlines of things. It also could mean that he saw the world around him, as if he was looking through a fog or mist. But after Jesus touched him again, his sight was completely restored, and he could see everything clearly. Friends, the healing that we receive from Jesus isn't always instant. Sometimes we have to wait, and sometimes we don't understand why we have to wait. But we know that God is faithful, and he never delays his work. If we trust in Jesus, he will complete the work he began in us. Amen.